because unlike the political left, which does not have any real moxie, let's just be honest, you don't take the bull by the horns, you don't grab the brass ring and drag them all down. JD Vance is going to have a canary hanging over his head for the next 3 years if he thinks he's going to become president of the United States and maintain that relationship with Israel. And who is the person that's going to bring him down if he doesn't listen? Nick Fuentes.
And I'm telling you this right now, and you need to be with me on this. You need to raise your right hand right now. If JD Vance condemns the Groypers, if JD Vance signals to the Israel First lobby that he is condemning the America First movement, then we will not vote for him, we will not support him, and as a matter of fact, we will show up in Iowa, and then New Hampshire, and then Nevada and South Carolina to make sure that he never gets the nomination.
Now, I want to know what content creator or influential voice in left, populist, progressive politics has the gall with a platform as large as Fuentes's to say the same thing to Gavin Newsom, to J.B. Pritzker, to Josh Shapiro, to Andy Bashir, to Gretchen Whitmer, to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Nobody. And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. And I saw what Donna said, that Donna, so nice Nick, but then we have Nick is a punk. And here's the bottom line, Donna and everybody else. Yeah, let's assume that that's all of it is true. In right populist politics, they say what they're going to do, and they do it. They put the fear of God into the people that are representing them. And now that they know that Trump is a fraud, the movement is going to become that much more revolutionary going forward. And of all the issues that Fuentes is leading with, he leads with, if you even think that you're going to become president of the United States in the GOP and still support Israel, you got another thing coming. I have a theory about where the Zionist movement is going in this country. I'll share it in a minute. Nick has more to say.
That's the only way we can play this. Because the Israel First lobby and the $7,000 club, they are going to be on his ass. And they're going to be all over him, telling him, if you don't disavow them, if you don't tell us that you stand with us, we will not give you money. We will attack you. They're going to come for him hard. And there's going to be such a strong incentive for him to condemn America first. And he might say, I condemn anti-Semitism, I condemn the Groypers, and he might have some reason for that. But we'll know what the message means. It's a signal. And the signal is, I'm with Israel first.
I actually believe, I discussed this with Jen, and I believe this. Fuentes and his movement will continue to grow and continue to become that much more influential in right, America First, libertarian-like politics as we go forward. What I also believe, if you look at the billionaire Zionist class, most of them are neoliberals. They may support Trump because it was a means to an end. It could have been for the Golan Heights. It could have been for the West Bank. It could have been for Gaza, whatever it is. The redevelopment along the Mediterranean. It's going to look really great when it's all done. But in the end, these are big city liberals for the most part. So I'm of the belief that if this movement continues to grow, this America First libertarian movement, and it continues to infiltrate and capture the Republican Party, the Democratic Party with open arms will roll out that red carpet for the Zionists in this country. They are going to roll it out for them. They are not, the Democratic Party will never be the party of FDR and JFK and even LBJ ever again. They will become a pro-Zionist party, full stop. Not that they aren't already, but I'm talking, we'll have the neoliberal and neocon Zionists welcome into our party. They did it for David Frum. They did it for John Bolton. They would even do it for Mike Pompeo. Guys like Fuentes don't want anything to do with them. They've made up a huge part of the GOP for a long time. So are the Democrats going to become the working class party, supporters of single-payer health care, a living wage, tuition-free trade schools, ending endless wars, and cleaning up the environment? No. They'll just go wherever the corporate money lies. And there is a shitload of it when it comes to pro-Israel causes. So if they continue getting pushed out, that's where they're going. And in my humble opinion, the Democratic establishment will continue to welcome them with open arms, and the platformers of Bernie and AOC in particular are not going to say it's either us or the Zios, make your choice. They'll bitch and complain and say that it's not a good thing that that's what's happening, but they will just accept their shit sandwich and take it. Prove me wrong. That's what Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, and Candace Owens are saying. Let's see what happens when it gets pushed on them on the populist left. Let's see them fight the same way. Get the fuck out of here, or you're on your own. Maybe they will. And the Democratic Party, hopefully, will go the way of the Whigs and become a dustbin of history.
Now, JD Vance, I'll tell you this. You don't like me, I don't like you. But if you cross that red line, I promise you, I swear to God, I will be there in Iowa with 10,000 groypers, and we will be at every event. We will be at every event. And we will be doing events of our own, and we will be knocking on doors, and we will be spending money. I'll be raising money to do it. Many will do it for free. You think they're a pain in your ass? We'll be a bigger pain in your ass because there's more of us and we want it more.
How has the populist left ceded so much real estate to this guy? I'll never know. It's like they were afraid to say the same thing. They never were willing to put their foot down the way that they needed to and say, the future of the Democratic Party is either the working class or the Zionazis. Pick, and pick now. Well, they were willing to let Kamala Harris stand on that stage at the convention and talk up Israel in an even more genocidal way than Donald Trump did. But as AOC said, she is working round the clock for a ceasefire. How'd that work out? How's it working out now? Rather than trying to find excuses, millions upon millions of people that supported Trump are saying, the hell with this shit. We'll move our own way. We're not going to go along with this. And if that means we have to leave the GOP, okay. Most of them are independent anyway. People that support left politics seem to still think they want to bang their head against the wall and still think that the solution is going to come through the Democratic Party. It's not. They could not make it more obvious that they will not let that happen.
They have the clocks. We have the time. Cross that red line, we will be your worst enemy. Politically. Important to clarify. If you stay neutral, maybe we'll recuse ourselves. Maybe we'll stay out of it. No promises. But if you do something for us, if you do something for America first, maybe you'll get our votes and maybe you'll get our support. And maybe that means nothing a year ago. Maybe it means something now. Maybe in a couple of years, it'll mean a lot. This is how we engage in politics. People say we're never going to vote our way out of it. You're right. But we can use politics to our advantage. If we're united, if we're organized, if we have a coordinated message, if we make it clear, we will not tolerate any more concessions to Israel first. Only America first. That's how you're going to get the under 25 demographic. If you try it to appease the Israel First lobby, I promise you, you will lose the under 25 demographic. Forget about it.
I personally think Nick is undercounting it. I think it's probably closer to the under 35 demographic at this point. Nick effing Fuentes is saying we cannot vote our way out of this. Whereas there are other people, and I've said this myself, voting matters. It does matter, especially in the local elections. But voting will never solve this problem, ever. You can create momentum. You can create new coalitions. But again, so many of these talking points he's using are the ones that we've been talking about for a couple of years now. And it's almost like no one's hearing it that needs to hear it. Again, Fuentes is definitely a force to be reckoned with. But make no mistake, the populist left either fights like he fights, or you're never going to get anything. That's the point.
They won't turn out. They will not turn out. No one will turn out to support more of that status quo. You can wave that goodbye. I promise you that. And they know that. So you're going to have to make a decision. Their money or our votes? Israel first and the special interests, or America first and the actual national interest of this country? That's your decision. And that's the decision, by the way, for all of them. Any prospective candidate, all the think tanks, all the congressmen, that's your choice. But we have to focus our efforts on the presidential primary in 2028.
And anyone with a platform as large as Nick's that is in left politics could be saying the exact same thing to every single candidate running for president that is going to run for president in the Democratic Party. It is pretty obvious to me at this point that the person who is trying to run in the Bernie AOC lane as of right now is Ro Khanna. But there's going to be a lot of other people that are going to get involved, especially on the Democratic side. Oh, you're going to have at least 15 people running for president. And the first person who says, I'm running America First anti-Israel in the Democratic Party, oh, they're going to take off like a rocket ship.